Hey guys, it's Nelson with Flat 6 Media, and I'm doing a solo episode on the all-new 2021 Lexus IS. Before we get going, please be sure to click subscribe and hit the bell so you're notified every time we load new and exciting content. I'm asking the question, is this the last Lexus IS ever? So Lexus debuted the IS over the summer just a couple of months ago, and I have to admit I was really excited to see what the new IS was going to look like. Why? Because of the LC500, the RCF. Amazing design. I expected the updated IS to be nothing less but grand. Despite my very public love for German cars, I've always been a big fan dating back to the very first Lexus when it debuted in 2001. The IS was a refreshing spin on the sporty compact sedan, with some cool features like chrono gauges and clear LED lights in the rear that started an aftermarket LED craze. Then came the second generation IS, which speaks to even the designs of the most current ISs that are out today. Taking a page from Audi, it included all-wheel drive in this version, making it the perfect compact sporty sedan for any occasion and any season. And then came the ISF. Finally giving Lexus a seat at the table with other cars like the BMW M3, the Audi RS4, and other imports alike. Not only were Lexuses known to be the most reliable cars to man, but they finally added a tire-smoking track superstar to the lineup. Then comes the third generation IS, where it was dialed back a bit, gaining some updated looks in the exterior and the interior, and some small horsepower gains. But it really felt as though the innovation streak for this car had finally slowed down, similar to its legendary big brother, the GS, which had very little tech innovation since about 2005. Lexus is claiming they're all in on the sports sedan with this 2021 IS, that this is the car that's going to be innovative and thrilling as they posted on their website. Let's take a look. And I quote, "Tested and developed on the highly demanding Shimoyama Test course, the new 2021 IS writes the next chapter in the book of compact luxury sedans. With its enhanced chassis suspension, lower, wider stance, the IS forges an indelible bond between driver and machine."
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
So let's take a look at that paragraph a bit more closely. First, what is a Shimoyama Test Track and why is it relevant to the IS? The Shimoyama Test Track is a test track that's about 3.3 miles long and it mimics the world-known Nuremberg racetrack. And it's part of a bigger testing facility that Lexus is using that even includes a speed ring for all of their cars. Which begs me to ask the question, how demanding is a perfectly paved test track with elevations of 246 feet? I've done higher elevations on my bicycle. I don't see how cars tested exclusively on speed tracks relate to everyday usage whatsoever. So honestly, I think this is an irrelevant metric. Second, the paragraph quotes as writing a new chapter in a book.
Wrong.
Ladies and gentlemen, I think they're mistaking. I think they flipped the pages back by mistake, or maybe even on purpose, and reread the same chapter again, because they basically reran the same strategy as the previous generation. And somehow they managed to do even less with this car. This continues to fit the MO that Toyota, Lexus, is going through a midlife crisis. It's apparent they're focusing all their energy on tracks and two-seater track cars so that old guys can go play on them. Woohoo! So really, that does leave me asking the question, is this the last IS ever? Because at this point, they'd be better off taking up Acura's strategy and just streamlining the sedan line. So you could have the combination of an IS and an ES, a GS or an LS. I don't know. What kind of names would you guys come up with? Like an EIS or a GLS? Something? Leave some notes in the comments. I'd be interested to see them. Let's face it, dismal sales figures and lack of innovation only equal one thing: less customers. I'd rather see less Lexuses than no Lexus at all. So the question remains for you buyers out there, should you get the 2021 Lexus IS? Is there a market where people still think this is a good choice? Perhaps Toyota, Corolla, and Camry buyers? Maybe some returning IS owners that aren't really keen on tech and innovation, or even power for that matter. But I don't see people leaving other car manufacturers where they're offering more power, more technology for the same amount of money to go back in time where the IS is stuck apparently. I think the FSM guys are going to sit this dance out and look at the other competition. So I guess we'll have to see if this is truly the last Lexus IS ever.